All right, let's talk about something that could completely change how you think about your education. We're going to dive into a pretty revolutionary idea that takes learning from a one-time thing to a lifelong asset. It's all about a personal ledger for your knowledge, powered by what's called the academic bank of credits. So let's get right into it.
Seriously, just think about that for a second. We're so used to the idea that a degree is something you get. You hang it on the wall and then it kind of gathers dust, right? Its value almost feels like it fades over time. But what if that wasn't true? What if every single course, every certificate, every new skill you picked up could be collected, verified, and just continuously built upon for your entire life? But, to really get why this is such a big deal, we first need to look at the problem it's trying to solve. And that brings us to our first section, what I'm calling the education cliff. It's all about the limits of the system we have right now.
You know the drill, right? For generations, this has been the path. You learn, you graduate, you go to work for the next 40 years. It's this straight, one-way street. But in the world we live in now, a world that changes so fast, this rigid model isn't just showing a few cracks, it's pretty much starting to crumble.
And this slide, it just lays it all out, doesn't it? The old model was built for a world that, frankly, just doesn't exist anymore. Today's reality is dynamic. It's constantly in motion. I mean, think about it. A skill that was super in demand 5 years ago might be totally obsolete today. This new reality demands that we're always learning, all the time, just to keep up. The way we've been taught to think about education is just completely out of sync with the world we actually live in.
Okay, so if that old way is broken, what's the fix? Well, this is where it starts to get really interesting. Welcome to Section 2, where we're going to explore a pretty powerful solution I like to call a bank for your brain.
Meet the Academic Bank of Credits, or ABC for short. And the idea is actually super simple, but it's brilliant. Just imagine a bank account, but instead of putting in money, you deposit knowledge. Every single certified course, every new skill, every university module you finish, all of it gets deposited as credits into your very own secure, lifelong learning account.
And this right here is the total game changer. With an ABC system, your education stops being just a line on a resume from way back when. It becomes a living, breathing asset. It's visible, it's verifiable, and, this is the most important part, it's reusable. Every little piece of learning, no matter how small, suddenly has real, tangible value that you can use at any point in your career.
Now, that's the big idea. Sounds great in theory, right? But what does this actually look like for you, for me, for real people? In Section 3, we're going to see how this system can unlock potential for people from all walks of life.
Think about your old college or university. This completely flips the script on that relationship. Let's say you graduated with a marketing degree 10 years ago. Now, with this system, you can go back, take a new course in, say, AI-powered marketing, and add those credits directly to your original degree. Boom! You've instantly upgraded your qualifications, and you're keeping your education relevant, all without having to start a whole new degree program from scratch.
Now, if you're in the middle of your career, this is frankly a lifesaver. The ABC system creates these really clear pathways for reskilling. You know those small, targeted online courses you take? They're often called micro-credentials. Well, they suddenly become official, bankable assets. So maybe a project management certificate from one place could stack with a data analytics course from another, creating a clear path to a new combined qualification. It's all about fueling that constant professional growth.
And what about for those of us who didn't take that straight-line career path? Well, this system is a massive relief. It validates all the skills you've gained along the way, whether you took a few years off for family or learned a new coding language on the job. It recognizes that super valuable learning happens everywhere, not just in a formal classroom, and it finally gives you a way to prove it.
So, you might be hearing this word stacking and wondering, how does that actually work? It's honestly as easy as it sounds. You start small. You earn a certificate or a micro-credential. Step 2, you deposit those credits right into your academic bank. Then, over time, you just keep adding more skills, more credits from different places. And finally, you can combine or stack all those different credits together to build towards a full degree.
So the benefits for us as individuals are pretty obvious, right? But let's pull the camera back for a second. Let's look at the huge societal picture. What happens when an entire society starts to think this way? That brings us to Section 4, a society that learns.
And this quote, it just hits the nail on the head. When learning is flexible, when it's accessible, when it's continuous, literally everyone benefits. We become more adaptable, more skilled, and better prepared to handle whatever the future decides to throw at us.
A workforce that never stops learning is a workforce that really can't be stopped. And if you're looking at this from a public policy angle, from a government's perspective, this framework is an incredible tool for building a smarter country. It gives you a clear structure for supporting skills development. It allows for smarter investments in education. For instance, if you see a growing need for green energy technicians, policy can be designed to credit and incentivize courses in that specific field, making sure the workforce is ready for the jobs of tomorrow.
All right, let's wrap this up and bring it all together. It really boils down to one simple, powerful idea: your learning ledger.
And that's it. That is the fundamental shift in how we need to think. Education isn't some destination you arrive at one day. It's a lifelong journey of accumulation. And the academic bank of credits? Well, that's the passport that documents that journey, making sure every single step you take is recognized and valued.
So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. If knowledge really is the new currency, and you have a personal bank where you can grow your own wealth, what will your next deposit be? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.